All right, today we're going to work on Module 6, Lesson 11. Please do the problem set with me and then the homework assignment after. The homework assignment, your parents will check your answers. Looking at number 1, it says, plot the following points on the number line. It gives us a list, and any of them that are not written in standard decimal form, I am going to write in standard form. So 0.2 is already in standard form. 1/10 we can write as 0.1. That's 0.33. Next one, we can have 0.12. 0.21 is already in standard form. And the final one, 0.32. All right, so now one by one, I'm going to take these and place them on the number line. 0.2, going to place it on the number line here because it already says 0.2. I'm going to cross that out as I go so I keep track of where I'm at. 1/10 is next with 0.1, so I'm going to mark that on the number line, and then down below I'm going to write 1/10 because that is how it is written in the directions. I'm going to cross that out because now I've done it. 0.33, now this would be 0.30, so I'm going to count 3 more, 0.31, 0.32, 0.33. So that's going to go there, cross it out. 12 hundredths, 0.12. Now this here at 0.1, another way to say that is 0.10 or 0.10. So we're going to say 0.10, 0.11, 0.12. Mark that. And I'm going to write it in the form that it's in the list, 12 hundredths. Cross that on out. 0.21. So here, another way to say 0.2 is 0.20. Going to count up 1, 0.21. Cross that out. And then the very last one, 0.32, that would be right over here. I'm going to label that 32 hundredths because that's what it says here on the list. Cross it on out. We finished number 1. Let's move on to number 2. Again, if they are not in standard form, I'm going to write it in standard form. So 3 and 85 hundredths would be the first one that needs to be written in standard form. 38 tenths will become 3.8. And 364 over 100 will become 3.64. Starting at the very beginning, 3.62. This could also be 3.60. So counting up 3.61, 3.62. Going to add that here and cross it on out. 3.7. That one's already nice and labeled for us. Cross it out. 3.85. Another way to say this would be 3.80. And then I'm going to count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3.85, and it is written as 3 and 85 over 100. Cross that on out. 38 tenths is 3.8. So I'm going to write that 38 tenths. Cross it out. Last one, 3.64. So here I have 3.62, 3.63, 3.64, and that one is written as 364 over 100. Cross that on out. All right, letter C. Now, before I get started with letter C, I'm going to go ahead and label down below. 6.2 could be 6.20. 6.3 could be 6.30. 6.4 could be 6.40. Last 6.50. This is just going to help me think flexibly. All right. So coming back to my list, not in standard form, I'm going to take a moment to do that. 6.3, that should be a 3. Oh dear. 628 hundredths becomes 6.28, and 62 tenths becomes 6.2. Time to label. All right, there's my first one with 6 3/10. Cross that on out. 6.31. So here's where this comes in handy. 6.30. And I count out one more to be 6.31. Cross that on out. 6.28. So here I have 20. Here I have 30. And if I'm looking for 28, I could subtract 2 from the 30 and find the 6.28. Oops, it's written as 628 over 100. Cross that on out. 62 tenths is 6.2. And then I'll write that down below. 6.43. Here I've got 6.40. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And 6.40. All right, moving on to the next page. Arrange the following numbers in order from greatest to least using decimal form. Notice this, greatest to least. Then use the greater than symbol between each number. So here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers. So I'm going to go ahead and prepare 6 spaces. So 1, 2, space 3. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 spaces. Okay, preparing to write from greatest to least. Same thing, if it's not in standard form, I'm going to go ahead and put it that way. 2.7, 0.27, 2.71, 2.27. All right, I've got them all in standard form. I'm ready to put them in order. Which one is the greatest? .72 is the greatest. So I'm going to write that here, 2.72. What would be the next? So now I'm looking to go smaller and smaller. 2.71 would be next. Now that's the decimal form, and the form it's written up above is 2 71 hundredths. Cross that out. Then we have 27 tenths. In parentheses down below, then I'm adding the decimal form if it's not already in that standard decimal form. Continuing on. So we have 3 numbers left right now, 2.07, 0.27, and 2.27. I believe it is the 2.27. So we will have 227 over 100. Cross that one out. 2 more. All right, 2.07. Last but not least, 27 100ths. And that in standard decimal form is 0.27. Excellent. All right, on to letter B. Ooh, let's go down. There we go. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here I'm preparing 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excuse me, I'm preparing 5 spaces. I'm using 4 of the symbols and 5 of the spaces. Go ahead and give this one a try on your own. Come back and check your answers. Or you're welcome to work along with me. All right. 12. Which one is the largest? Not 12, because I see 13. 13.2. Oh, yeah. Oops. Sorry about that. 12.3, 1.34, 20. Okay, starting again. 13.2 goes first. 13.02 goes next. Working our way down, looking for another 13. There are no more 13s, so now I'm looking at the 12s. 12 and 3/10, because we can say that 12.3. And then 12 and 20 hundredths, because we would say that 12.2 or 12.20. Last but not least, 134 over 100, which in standard form is 1.34. There we have it. All right, letter C, definitely give this one a try on your own before we move on. All right, here we have two word problems.